everybody. Welcome to the Missoula Art Museum. My name is Kay, and I'm the Curator of Education here at MAM, and I help plan all the education programs like this one that you're in the middle of. Are you all having fun doing the project?
Yes!
Yay! Has anybody ever been to the Missoula Art Museum before? Raise your hand, or a thumbs up, thumbs down. All right, has anybody ever been to Missoula, Montana before? Thumbs up, thumbs down. All right, I'm sitting in one of MAM's 7 art galleries right now. This is a very special exhibition. It's called, as you might know, In Praise of Folly, 5 Artists After Philip Guston. And this whole exhibition is about artists responding. So, the Missoula Art Museum invited 5 different artists to respond to a very iconic and famous painting by artist Philip Guston. And the name of the painting is Cigar, which you have seen before, and we're going to let you see in person today. So what I thought we'd do is show you the first 5 pieces of artwork first, okay? We're going to go around to each piece of artwork, and then we're going to end with the Philip Guston. All right, so does everybody have their piece of paper?
Yeah.
And a pencil? Okay.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do is start with the first piece of artwork right here to my right. Dun, 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 dun. And let me add all of these artists who created this artwork today that you're going to see are from Montana or from right around Montana. So that's kind of an exciting thing. So they're from where we live, essentially. All right, so this is by the artist named John Buck. He's from Montana, and he's known for making kinetic sculpture. And this kinetic sculpture is made of wood. And kinetic sculpture is sculpture that moves. So, in just a second, everybody be very still. We're going to let this piece move. But most of his work deals with popular culture and world events. Here we go. Okay, now, everybody take their piece of paper, and I want you to look at the artwork that you see in front of you by John Buck and record the first 3 words that come to mind. And this is a really quick process, okay? So think of 3 words that you think of when you see this art piece and write them down quickly on your piece of paper. Adrian's a clay artist whose art is dedicated to storytelling and using human and animal imagery. So, everybody look at the piece of artwork and record your 3 words as quickly as you can, and then we're going to move on to the next piece. Okay, great. So this is a piece of artwork. It's a clay sculpture by artist Richard Notkin. And Richard Notkin is from Montana, whose heritage is Jewish. And that is a big part of his artwork. He cares a lot about social justice issues and politics in art. And this is kind of cool. Ta-da! All right. Hopefully you're thinking about your 3 words as you're looking at this piece. And you can record them down on your piece of paper. And then we're going to move on to the next piece. All right. This is a piece of artwork by a very well-known artist named Jean Quick-to-See Smith. And she has a deep connection to her American Indian heritage, and her artwork focuses a lot on tribal politics and human rights issues. Now, Jean is Salish in origin, so you might recognize some of the symbols that she incorporates into her artwork that are Salish symbols. All right, why don't you go ahead and record the 3 words onto your piece of paper, and we'll move on to the next piece. So Jay is a painter and sculptor from Bozeman, Montana. His work addresses contemporary America and its political, economic, and environmental dysfunctions. What a fun piece, huh? So Jay Schmidt is here with us today, and you're going to get to meet with him in just a little bit and ask as many questions as you'd like about his artwork and his process. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and write down your 3 words as you respond to this piece of artwork.
Write it down, 3 words.
I have to.
Okay.
I write it down when I see it. They don't really listen. Okay.
Okay.
So welcome again to MAM. My name's Jenny, and I want to show you the order of operations for the rest of the time we have together. Welcome! Today, you just had your 5-minute interactive intro with Kay. Now you're going to have 15 minutes. We're going to do 2 different kinds of dialogue. One with me and one with Jay Schmidt. They're going to be 2 different kinds of dialogue. So you guys have already learned that word and what it means in terms of art. So you'll have an inquiry dialogue with me, and then you'll have a question and answer dialogue with Jay. So you get to experience those 2 different kinds. And then we'll have a little 5-minute reflection and closing with me and Kay, and then we'll say bye, see you soon. So to get started, I just want to do a couple minutes of community building with you, and I want to share my favorite quote ever. Here it is. Do you want to read it with me? Okay, let's read it really loud together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. To live a creative life, can you see it? We must lose our fear of being wrong.
We must lose our fear.
Awesome.
There we go.
Give me a thumbs up if you've ever heard that little voice in your head that tells you not to do something. That little fearful voice. Who's ever heard that? All right, me too. So right now we're going to take that voice literally with our hands. We're going to pull it out and we're going to crumple it up and throw it away. So everybody do it with me. We're going to pull it out and we're going to crumple it up. Ready? We don't need it right now. And here it goes out the window. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Awesome. All right, so part of respectful dialogue at the museum is you guys offering me your opinions. So I'm going to be asking you some questions, and I really want you to tell me what you think. In art, there are always multiple right answers. It's not that you can never be wrong, but it's very, very rare. Everything that you think is valid and important. So I want to share with you also my favorite piece of artwork that kids ever made for me. I keep this in my classroom all the time. What does it say? Yeah. So no one's going to judge you here. We're all here to have fun and enjoy unpacking these artworks together. So you had a little practice noticing things when Kay was taking you around and showing you the artwork. Now we're going to notice some things about this painting. So I want everybody to take just like 30 seconds and write down the 3 things that you notice first about this painting.
Yeah,
I give you like half a minute to collect your thoughts.
Can we just do it on Zoom?
Yeah, that's fine. If you have room on the same page.
So just the 3 things you think about, the 3 things you notice when you look at this painting. And give me a thumbs up when you've got your 3 things. I love the double thumbs up. That's awesome. All right, who wants to start us off? We're not interpreting, we're just stating the obvious, kind of. So who wants to go first? You can just popcorn style if you want to. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Dumb thought.
Say it again.
Dumb thought.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know. That was the first thing that came to
Can you hear her?
No, not really. I'm practically yelling at you right now, so if you could practically yell at me, that would be great.
Yeah.
Hold on. Can you say ash?
Say it louder.
Ash.
Ash, okay. What else? Let's see if we can name all the things. Just go ahead.
Just popcorn around and yell.
Smoke. Cigarettes.
Oh.
Smoke, cigarettes. What else?
Louder.
Pollution.
Pollution or emotion?
And pollution. Drugs.
Pollution.
Drugs.
Drugs.
What else, guys?
Brick. Smoke.
Bricks. What do you know? What else did you see?
I see a cave.
Say that again.
A cave.
Did you say decay?
A cave.
Cave.
A cave? A cave?
Eyes.
Okay. Eyes? What else?
Triangle.
Say it a little louder.
A triangle.
Triangle? Good. They're frozen.
Keep going.
Can you hear me and see me?
In a word too, you can talk about what.
A comb. I'm melted.
Yes.
Yeah. And now you're froze.
I can't really hear you guys. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have them come up when they want to take a turn. Come a little closer to the microphone.
Actually, you know what? You guys could all scoot a little closer, like as a group. Could you all come up to kind of the front table? That's so
Everybody
much
can
better.
Come around this table. Well, don't.
This is so much better. Now I can see you all.
Come on up. Here. Right behind. No, I don't think so. Okay, Isaac and Jack, come a little closer.
Thank you so much. I can really see you all now.
There. Oh, there you go. Okay.
I recognize you from your Flipgrid videos too. Do you recognize me from the silly videos that I recorded for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so let's go back on track. Hi. So we talked about a bunch of things that we noticed, the triangle, the eyes, the smoke, the pollution, some other things. Let's get maybe like 3 more things than we noticed, and then I have another question for you. So who's got something they noticed that we haven't talked about yet?
A man smoking cigar. Hands.
Hands? Yeah.
Can you say that a little louder, Sage?
The lines on the side of the mountain thing.
The lines on the side of the mountain thing. Yeah, those. What kind of lines are those?
Dotted.
Are they like solid lines?
No, they're dotted lines.
They're dotted lines. Okay. And what about the hand? Everybody put your hand in the position of that hand. Do what that hand is doing. What is that hand doing?
What a gun. A gun?
Sawyer.
It's, it's kind of... It's smoking. It's kind of making this gun shape. Okay. Let's get one more thing we notice.
A man smoking a cigar. That's not
Okay. A man smoking. Is this a man?
No, a hand.
A hand smoking a cigar.
No, I don't
Okay.
know.
That's a pile of like
Ashes.
something.
Ashes.
Ashes. Okay, good, good. This is great. Now I'm going to ask you another question. Ready? I want you to come up with something that you wonder. A question that you might ask the artist if he was here.
I would say I'd probably wonder if that's like, if that would be like a cannon, like the cigar, because they smoke, because like that brick wall behind it, it looks like it's been knocked down, like their lungs have been knocked down or something like that. I don't know.
Okay. Great. I love that wondering. Can we get 2 more wonderings that are different than that? Let's get a variety. Go ahead.
Louder.
I would have asked, like, what is that white pile?
What is the title?
The
The white pile.
The white pile?
Triangle.
The triangle. The white triangle. Does it look kind of pink in your view? Or does it look white? Yeah. So the pink triangle. What is that? Yeah. So, and I'm going to get one more wondering, and then I'm going to circle back to the whole what is that question. So what's one more thing we wonder?
Why did they do it?
what?
Why did they do it? I love that. Yeah, like why? I mean, that's the big question of all art. Why are we creating this art? So I want to give you a little information. There are a lot of symbols in this piece. Thumbs up if you all know what symbols are. So good. So you kind of have an idea. So symbol is like when something is standing for more than just what it is. So everything in this painting has many different layers of meaning. And some of them we understand and some of them we don't. And Philip Guston isn't telling us exactly what to think. He's just sparking some things that we should be thinking about. Sorry, hold on one second. I need to know when my time is up. Like, I can see what time it is. I just forgot to look at the time. Okay, so our questions are, what do these symbols stand for? What do they mean? So we can kind of dive into that a little bit. And I want to do that with you, but I also want to give you a tiny bit of information about the artist, and then I'll ask you what you think. Okay, ready? So Philip Guston was not born with the name Philip Guston. He was born with the name Philip Goldstein, and he was Jewish. He lived in California, and he had some run-ins with the Ku Klux Klan. Do you guys know who that is? What the Ku Klux Klan is? Give me a thumbs up if you do. Can you hear me? Oh, you can't hear me. Okay, can you hear me now?
I don't know that.
Did you hear any of that stuff I just said? Yeah. Okay, good. Everyone was just kind of like looking. I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
Philip Guston had some experiences where he was persecuted by the Ku Klux Klan. And that came because he was a union worker on the docks in California, and it also came as an artist. Some of his artwork was slashed, his paintings were slashed by the Ku Klux Klan. And so when he changed his name to Philip Guston, he was stepping away from his identity, and he had a lot of feelings about that. He did not feel super good about changing his identity in that way. And so a lot of this struggle that he's showing here is about that. And also, before he painted this painting, you're going to have this in your resources tab, he used to be a totally abstract artist. He was an abstract expressionist, and he just dealt with color and line and painting and no ideas or topics like this. So this painting was a total change for him. He just stopped doing everything he was doing, and he decided to do this, and it was very unpopular. People were like, why are you, they were judging him for making that change. But he felt very strongly that he needed to make this change because he wanted to talk about what was going on in the world in the 1960s. So as artists, you are being asked to talk about the world in your projects. And so I want to ask you, now that you know that information about Philip Guston, what other thoughts might you have about these symbols? So we have about 2 minutes left for anybody who would like to share their thoughts about Philip Guston's painting now that you know a little bit about Philip Guston. So what about these symbols? What might they mean? What is Philip Guston telling us here? And is any of this stuff that you experience in your life?
Nathan had something. Say it loud, Nathan. No?
It's hope.
Okay.
Something.
What do you think, Hope?
So you go down.
Say it loud.
He may just be saying that stop smoking, or that smoking may be bad.
Did you hear the part about the Ku Klux Klan? Who of you knew who the Ku Klux Klan was? I'm not sure you did, right? Yeah?
Wait.
What other symbols might you see? Yeah, say it loudly so they can hear.
The triangle's like a Ku Klux Klan hat.
The triangle is the shape of the Ku Klux Klan, and they did wear hoods like that to mask their identity. So identity is really all over this piece in a lot of different levels.
And then also that like maybe the bricks are because of the walls that we can't pass, the Indians can't pass, or something.
The walls mean you can't pass. Yep. What else? Anything else about the wall or the cigar or the hand?
Oh no, you can't pass. That shooting may be bad. That is bad, or that's a cigar. Yeah, but you gotta keep the place.
Yeah,
The shape.
but it also is that shape, right?
I couldn't hear what she said was bad.
She was talking about the shape of the gun maybe being associated with something bad.
Suicide.
Bad, yeah. Yeah, and also the whole, well, yeah, anything else? Maybe one more comment about the symbols that you notice or anything that these could stand for beyond what they are standing for? You guys are all frozen again to me.
Can you hear us? You froze.
I couldn't
Yeah,
hear you
froze
that
for us,
last
too.
comment.
Can you hear us now?
I can hear you now. Okay, last question, and then I'm going to throw you to Jay Schmidt so you can ask him some questions about his piece. My last question is there anything in this piece or the story that I've told you about Philip Guston that seems similar to anything in your life? Do you and Philip Guston have anything in common? Go ahead.
Then you had to deal with some problems that you couldn't control.
Can you say that in a way she can hear? Say it louder.
That he had to deal with some problems that he can't control that other people made fun of him for.
Yeah, he had to deal with problems that he couldn't control. Absolutely. That's kind of a universal thing, right? You feel that too? Anybody else?
My dad smoking.
Your dad quit smoking?
So he
Good,
is
great.
smoking.
So
Bad.
it's bad to smoke, yeah. So I want to close with you all by saying that what you just did with this painting with me, you can do with any painting on your own. You can always ask yourself, what do I notice? What do I wonder? And then you can find out a little bit of information about that artist and see if there's anything that connects to your life. And that's how people look at art. That's the whole ball game right there. That's all you need to know to go into any art museum in the world and interact with the art. So usually the artist is not there. Philip Guston is not alive anymore, so he's not here. But our next artist, Jay Schmidt, is in fact very much alive and very much here at the museum with us. So we're going to transition over to him, and you can ask your questions, and he's gonna help you understand his piece a lot better. So thanks for talking with me.
Bye. Bye.
Hi, how are you guys doing today?
Bye.
Good. I'll just talk first for a little bit. I was asked to be in this show to do this painting in reference to the painting you were just looking at by Philip Guston. I was totally excited by it because he's always been one of my heroes. And you know, it's like if you play basketball and there's some pro basketball players that you look up to and just think is just amazing. Philip Guston is an artist. I feel the same way about him and have for a long time. So he's always been a hero that you kind of look at and admire, try to guide your life towards that direction. And I think if you looked at my painting, when I was asked, I said, well, I always make paintings in reference to Philip Guston because, you know, he is this kind of hero of mine that I aspire to be like. So I have, if you look at the painting you just saw, I mean, here's a hooded figure, the KKK figure there. You know, his hand in that painting is like a gun. So guns here. There's actually a cigarette smoking, and also this other, you know, smoking device. And he also, in a lot of his work, had political commentary. And some really powerful political commentary. And I think this whole painting is, you know, a commentary on what I see as our political situation. So there's this Trump figure, but he's painted also like the Obama poster that Shepard Fairey makes. So I'm making fun also of, you know, the Shepard Fairey poster. I like to make fun of art as well. I don't know if you know who Jeff Koons is, the artist that made the big balloon dogs. You ever seen those? anyway, it makes like 20-foot tall balloon dogs. Anyway, so all these fingers are riding on this big balloon dog. So it's just another way of making fun of art. I like humor in my work. So a lot of my work's kind of like Mad Magazine stuff. It's, you know, kind of making fun of things, light of things. But I also think overall, I address serious issues. And maybe that's the only way I can address serious issues is just by making fun of it all. So do you guys have any questions about any elements in this painting? No questions?
If you have questions, now it's your time to talk.
Why is there Burger King?
You have to say it loudly.
Why is there Burger King?
I think, you know, we live in a culture that we're kind of bombarded by advertising and you know, all these sort of corporate influences that make our, you know, try to make us make decisions, maybe not the best decisions. So that's why I have Burger King there. There's Jiffy Lube too, another one there that I have that's just another, and a Chick-fil-A. Right.
Jose, what did you want to ask?
Oh,
Say
what's
it
the guy with the red hat? What does that say on
It says Make Believe in America. So it's kind of just a take on the Make America Great Again hat. It's just my, you know, kind of twisting that to kind of say
Yeah,
something.
that's what I thought about it too. I thought that was the hat that Trump made when he first became president. I thought that was
Is that the nun?
Why did you
The
put a
nun.
bulldog on it?
Wait, I want to ask.
bulldog.
A pit bull.
Why did you put a pit bull?
I don't know, really. Just fit in there. I had to, you know, wanted to have a dog down there, and it just turned into a tack pit of old dogs. So, I don't know. A lot of times the artists, they really don't know why they're doing it. Sometimes you just need to fill a space so you figure out something and you really don't know what it means. And then after, other people have different things to say about it and what it means to them.
Any other questions?
Is that the nun?
Say that again.
Is that the nun in the picture?
Is there a nun in the picture?
There is not a nun in the picture.
Oh, that was
What
kind of
is that?
scary.
Hey,
That looks like a
No,
nun.
the one next to it.
That looks like
Yeah.
the nun from the movie.
Oh yeah.
What is
So
that the nun?
this figure?
Yeah, that one.
Well, originally my idea for that was Kim Kardashian, but I really didn't like it. So then it just became, you know, another woman in there.
Hey.
I don't know if you ever saw the ad she did where she's holding a bottle of champagne and it's squirting over her head behind her. So that's what this beer can is. It's kind of a derived from that photo.
Do you want to know anything else?
Why did you make it?
That's it. Yeah. I don't know. You asked that of Philip Guston. Yeah. You know, as an artist, I mean, I think people communicate in different ways. You know, some people write, some people sing songs, some people are athletes. I mean, everyone kind of expresses their way in different ways. I just express myself visually through sculpture. And I think it's just the way artists, that's how they express themselves, is just by making things and sharing that. I always say that an artist is the most selfish and generous thing you could be. I think artists are usually just selfish because we're just happy in our studio making stuff and entertaining ourselves, paintings. But ultimately, that work gets out into the world for other people like you guys. We can sit here and talk about it, and you can, you know, it's kind of my thoughts and what the things that I'm thinking about through an object, through a painting. So that's why I do it. For myself, to entertain myself and to have fun. and because I love being an artist, I love painting. I'm happy when I'm in my studio working. And then, so how many guys want to be an artist when you grow up? Do any of you guys want to be artists when you grow up? Get out of school? Oh yeah? Good. So you know what the most important thing is for you to do if you want to be an artist? You have to learn how to draw. So you should be drawing. If you want to be an artist, you should be drawing every day, like in a notebook, in a journal. Even if you're just copying things, you know, art that you like. But that's the key. I think Philip Gus is an amazing drawing, and if you look at his work, it's more about drawing and painting because everything's just kind of outlined in lines, and the paint just kind of fills it in. I use that technique. I sometimes paint like that, and if you look, there's a black line just around all these images, and that's the drawing element. I mean, painting is just basically one step beyond drawing. So just keep drawing and find things that you like to draw. As I said, even copy, like, you know, Mad Magazine. That's what I did when I was a kid, and still do. All right, any other questions? So I got to ask you a question. Do you guys like this painting?
Yes.
Why? That's
It's very abstract. It's very creative. It's very different.
Very like deep-minded.
Okay.
Very, lots of texture.
It's very.
Very awesome. It's very creative.
It's very different.
It's not just like that. There's music and texture. There's art and texture.
Hey guys, I'm going to jump in with Jay real quick for 1 minute because I'm going to ask him a question that I think might help with your projects. They're all making projects where they're responding to different issues in their community and the world. And so you're responding to an issue here. Can you talk a little bit about how you responded to and what the issue is? Does that make sense?
Well, yeah. It's, yeah, I don't know. I mean, for me, this is like, you know, a complex, you know, issue that I deal with. I mean, first off, I really believe that climate change is happening. I think it's the most important thing that we as a culture and civilization need to address. And I guess I don't see a lot of progress in that front. So, you know, this painting, I think, reflects, you know, sort of dysfunction, or we're all distracted. You know, this guy is looking on his cell phone. This guy's being, you know, a mean guy. You know, it's all about entertainment and TV and distraction rather than dealing with real issues. So I guess this painting for me is about that distraction, and it's sort of like a parade of clowns in some way that are, you know, distracting us from really solving, you know, I think some major problems that as a society, as a human race, that we need to face. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to wrap it up here in just a minute.
Good to see you guys. Thanks for stopping by.
So, should we wrap it up here or instead of moving? Okay, so Kay and I just wanted to say it was really great spending time with you all, and we can't wait to see what your projects are going to look like and to work on the sharing part of making your artworks and sending your messages out into the world. And we're going to look at them, you're going to look at each other's and the other class, and we're going to offer feedback to one another as artists. And we're super excited about that.
Yes, we can't wait to see your artwork. And I just want to remind you all that the Missoula Art Museum is free, And we're here in Missoula, so if you're ever here, come visit us. Bring your family, bring your friends, stop by.
Oh, wait, I have one more thing. Wait, keep talking, Kay.
I'm going to keep talking. Jenny ran over to get something that she wants to remind you of.
Okay. I just want to leave you. I want to sign off with the two things that are super important. These two things. They're on the back side. My favorite quote, which I hope you will all remember, I think I put it into the online platform, and also just the no one judge me. So as you're making your artwork, please don't worry about being judged. Worry about what you have to say. Do you think Jay was worrying about anybody judging him while he was making this piece? Jay, were you?
No, I guess not.
So we want to give you all the freedom as artists to be as creative as you can and not to let anything like this get in between you and what you have to say.